That's a good one.
As a thundercrack echoes around the room.
Yeah, windows shake in their panes, buildings collapse. Is it an earthquake? No, it's just Amy starting a podcast recording. Oh dear, how are we doing, folks? Welcome back.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a hot week.
It's a very hot week, and the worst thing about it is that obviously being in England, when it's hot, it's not just hot; it's humid. That's the worst thing. We've had some quite good rain where I am these last few days. Has it done anything to clear the air? Has it fuck?
We just got rain for the first time, but I'm glad it's hot because Friday I've got a hot date.
Ooh. Exciting!
Very excited. Very excited.
So if you're glad it's hot for your date, Stu, are you going to the beach or something?
Well, funnily enough, yes, I'm going to Bournemouth for it.
Oh,
so,
fair enough. Fair enough.
The date itself isn't on the beach.
Oh, okay. But there may be a beach involved at some point.
Maybe a beach. Life's a beach.
Damn right. Well, welcome back, listeners, to Tales from the 20side, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your GM for this game and many others, and I'm joined by Stu.
Hello.
I'm joined by Amy.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Asta.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, I just felt like I had to get that in there quickly because I could feel a silence coming on. So I'm going to head that off, and we'll get it out of the way. There we go.
It's always good filler material.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, we're probably in a bit of trepidation about this fight we've gotten ourselves into.
Oh, I think so. That's what's before we get into that, how's your week's been, folks? It's been a whole 7 days since we last were together.
I've been outside.
Oh my god!
The sun was out. I could see the green stuff. It was all very, very good.
Nice. Had that you got to breathe that clean air, absorb that vitamin D into your skin.
Clean air, English countryside, very nice.
Very, very nice. And what's even better about going outside, Amy, is that you appear to have survived it. So it can't be that bad out there after all.
I know. And I remember to put on enough sunscreen that I didn't get burned, which is
Excellent.
like the first time ever.
Excellent. I don't know if I've told this story on this podcast before, but amongst a group of my festal friends, I am known as the Human Torch, owing to a time in Slovenia a couple of years ago where I got so horrifically sunburned I had to go and see the Red Cross.
See, I've suffered the condition of crab stick legs.
What's that? I'm not familiar with that. What's that?
So you know how like crab sticks are like kind of pink and white?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I've had that where I've like been on my front but been on my back but the sides haven't done anything. So I've just had like bright pink burn and
that sounds
white stripes. Awful.
That sounds painful.
Awful.
Ouch.
It's like having like a full-on sunburn is like one of the worst things. Obviously, I mean, there's lots of worse things than full-on sunburn, but it's awful. It's much awful than you think it's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like our skin was not designed to be almost literally set on fire.
Yeah, there's sunscreen. It's good for you.
I have actually never gotten sunburn, and I wish I could say it's because I'm good at using sunscreen, but it's not. I just don't burn.
Yeah, I know a few people like that. I do know a few people like that, and I'm very jealous of them. I want to know what's in their skin. What eldritch sorcery are they employing?
Probably the same one that helps with my dice rolls.
Quite possibly. Maybe the two are linked. God damn. There we go. So I was at work at the weekend, and I was working outside, which is always nice. This time of year, you get to work on events outside. However, I was expecting it to be a day full of thunderstorms. So I had basically dressed for thunderstorms. I did not dress for hot, sunny weather. What did I find when I got to work? It was blazing hot sunshine. I managed to not get burned, but I also forgot to drink enough water in the process and passed out for like 14 hours when I got home.
Oh,
so
no.
that was a thing. That was a thing.
But you're feeling okay now?
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely fine now. I had lots of water when I woke up after that, and basically I spent the whole of Sunday rehydrating myself, and then dehydrating myself with a pack of beer. But that's another story.
It was a nice day Sunday, so
it was. It's a very nice Sunday. It definitely does. I felt like I'd earned it for sure. But yeah, drink water, folks. Make sure you drink water. It's good for you.
Yes, and if you're already drinking water, drink more water.
Exactly.
In
the same group of friends that I mentioned, that I'm known as the Human Torch. Some of our camp rules include that you can never refuse water. So if somebody offers you water, you have to drink water. And the other rule we had was if one person drinks water, the whole camp drinks water. Which was quite
healthy rules to have with your friends.
They were very healthy rules. I mean, especially when you consider that group of drunkards is one of the craziest bunch of festival people I've ever met. And like we still managed to get really hammered and have a good time and all that sort of stuff. But there is very much an emphasis on looking out for yourself and looking after others as well, which is really, really nice.
Very wise and sensible. Speaking as the old man of the group, though, I don't know if I would appreciate that, because there are certain downsides to drinking a lot of water, which you find more and more urgently as you get older.
Yeah, but when you're drinking lots of beer anyway, Stu, you kind of don't notice that. Because it's the same thing. You get the same issue, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, when I'm drinking beer, I have to go to the loo every 5 minutes. So, yeah, when I'm drinking water, it's every half hour. It's a good job we do an hour-long podcast, isn't it?
Stu's just got a bucket on standby underneath his desk.
Serious note, I've been considering getting a stadium pal.
Oh, interesting. I've seen those around, and I'm not sure about them. They feel it feels kind of weird to me, but at the same time, I can see why. I can see where they might be useful.
Well, I imagine they feel kind of warm. Just as Dom was taking a drink there.
Thanks. A sip of my lovely warm coffee. Thanks, Stu. It's a really great image to have.
Yeah. For any listeners who aren't sure, a stadium pal is basically a strap-on catheter. You strap a bag round your leg and you strap yourself into it. So if you find yourself caught short whilst you're out and about without access to a toilet, you're fine. You're sorted. Yeah.
Perfect.
For our female listeners, get yourself a shiwi.
A shiwi, yes.
Yeah.
Get yourself a shiwi and attach it to a stadium pal.
They do stadium pals for women that are very. It's basically shiwi. Attachment.
Very nice.
Yeah. Stadium pal is a brand name.
Sponsor us, shiwi, and stadium pal.
Yeah.
You came for a podcast. You leave with knowledge about peeing.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Speaking of taking the piss.
Very, very good, and pretty much spot on time as well, Stu. Speaking of taking the piss, what is going on in our game, folks? Where do we find ourselves?
Combat?
We're doing alright-ish.
Well, don't know. We haven't seen her hit point level, so it's hard to
We did
go.
alright to get to this point.
We've achieved a lot.
We did the quest that set us on. We got some oysters, and we returned back. Got the place to where Nazhena is, and now we're in a battle that's going away.
Definitely going a way.
Yeah. The right way, hopefully.
It's as we say, it's definitely going a way. But more specifically, where do we find ourselves? What's going on? Obviously, you mentioned you're battling someone. Who are you fighting and why?
Nazhena, who is one of the. I think she's basically like one of the generals or something of the current Witch Queen of Irrisen.
And she's quite rightly annoyed at us because Alwyn stole her property.
Alwyn did not steal anything.
Alwyn stole her property. He killed her lover and he burned down her tower. I think she's got reason to hate him. Yeah.
Steal? Is it looting? If I suppose that is stealing.
Maintain that Alwyn is the evil one of this campaign.
That's it. Alwyn has been so focused on asking everybody else. Nobody has thought to ask Alwyn.
He's projecting. That's why he keeps asking. He's projecting.
How could anybody evil have a cute, fluffy wolf with him? That's all I'm going to say.
There we go. There we go.
But yeah, we're by the dancing hut. We're our goal of getting these blood-soaked items into the cauldron in the dancing hut is nigh. We're almost there. The shield has dropped, but it's also released Nazhena, who we now have to get past to get into the dancing hut.
Yes, you do, and so far she is not having any of it. You found yourself in quite a pitched battle going on here, and I tell you what, I left you on a bit of a cliffhanger last time out. Shall we find out what's about to happen to you all?
Yes, please.
All right. So, bringing us back into our game, we are at the top of the combat round on Nazhena's turn. The last thing that happened is she streaked up into the sky away from all of you, and as she brought her hand down to bear, you saw frost and mist gathering around this wand and this sickle that she was wielding. She brought them both together. And then there was a flash of white as you were all doused in white. So the very first thing that I would like everybody to do, as Nazhena streaks up into the air and sort of conjures this magic in your direction, you are all buffeted by a blast of intense icy cold air. I need reflex saves, that's fun. Reflex saves from everybody, please. It's not the save I would have chosen to make it, but I didn't write the rules.
Okay, do I get my +1 for Witch Warden?
Witch Warden, that's your passive one, isn't it?
It is.
It is. It's against spells, right?
That's correct.
This is a spell. You get your +1, Alwyn.
Okay, 23 for Alwyn.
23 for Alwyn. 27 for Dela.
19.
19 for Ryden. Oh dear, dear, dear.
Still intimidated by the fact that she recognised me clearly.
Wow, she didn't recognise you clearly. She thought she'd seen your face somewhere before, which perhaps to Ryden that's as good as.
That's enough to panic.
That's enough to panic. That's fair enough. Okay. So as this blast of icy cold air washes across all of you, Alwyn and Dela, you both failed that save. You each take 30 points of cold damage. 30. Okay. Ryden, with your critical failure, you take 60 points of cold damage.
I am on the floor.
As Ryden is just turned into an ice statue standing on the ground. Still, I'll say this for your benefit. You are still alive, Ryden, but you are down and dying.
Okay.
As she just unleashes this blast of cold air across all of you. And having released this and seeing at least two of you still standing, Nazhena kind of cocks her head coyly, and she just with almost emotionless look on her face, she looks down and she says, "I will take everything from you tenfold to what you took from me." And she then finishes her turn. She brings one of her hands up to herself, casts some magic. Alwyn, you've seen this enough times from other people. You recognise this as she casts shield on herself, maintaining a height in the air. But that brings us round to Dela Thornbury.
Okay. Gosh. Right. How far away is Ryden from me?
Ryden is 10 feet away from you.
10 feet. Okay.
And as a reminder, you are still kind of on this icy surface. Basically, the entire battlefield has been turned into an ice rink. If you move, you move at half speed, and if you do anything other than move in a straight line, there is a chance you might sort of fall over, that kind of thing.
Okay. And how far is Nazhena from me?
Nazhena has flown up into the sky. She's flown 30 feet up into the air.
Okay. So I'm going to take one move to get up to Ryden.
Yep, you can absolutely do that.
And I'm going to pull out a moderate healing potion and administer it with my last action.
All right. Roll that healing for me.
What is that one?
That's a great question. Moderate, I have feeling, is 3d8 plus something. Let me just grab that for you. Moderate healing potion. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Healing vapor. Thanks, Nethys. Didn't want that at all. Never mind. But now I know there is a thing called healing vapor. That's very interesting. Healing potion moderate. 3d8 plus 10.
23, Ryden, is what you get.
23.
And Dela does this with a cry of, "Not again!"
There we go. Dela's seen this happen before in many ways. So seeing Ryden just get coated in this layer of rime and frost, basically seeing her frozen in place, you rush up to her Dela. You take a second to kind of break some of the ice that's formed around her mouth. You pour the potion down, and Ryden, you breathe in as you restore that amount of hit points, sort of breaking free of the ice as you do so.
Phew.
That does increase your wounded condition, though. So wounded basically affects. If you go down again, you add your wounded value to your dying value. So, which is why playing the yo-yo game in second edition is very, very dangerous. But I think that's going to end Dela's turn, which brings us round to Alwyn.
Okay. Alwyn is going to actually follow Dela's example. I'm still hasted, by the way.
Yep.
Just as a reminder there. So Alwyn is going to pull out the only healing potion he has, which is a minor healing potion. And he's going to neck that with his second action.
Alright, so D8 minor.
Yay! Max healing.
Very nice.
I mean, he's still looking really not very good at all, but slightly less, not very good. Third action, Alwyn will pull out another potion that he's got, and for a fourth action, being hasted, can I toss it to Dela?
Sure. What's the potion you're throwing around?
Juggernaut Mutagen.
Juggernaut Mutagen. Yeah, sure. I mean, Dela is actually next to you at this point, so you can just pass it over to her.
Oh, I'll pass.
That sounds cool.
And it's been a long time since you got that. I've got to remember what it does now.
Dela has
You
no
basically
idea.
become thick and sturdy. You basically gain a bonus to fortitude saves, and the listed number of.
Was it a lesser one? Yeah.
It is on the list.
Perfect. So if somebody were to drink that, it gives you +1 to fortitude saves, 5 temporary hit points that last for a minute. But
There is a downside.
there is. So mutagens are kind of inherently unstable. The way they're mixed, they have some powerful beneficial properties, but because of that, they also have some detriments as well. So in this case, although this gives you a bonus to fort saves, you would take a penalty to will saves, perception checks, and initiative rolls. Obviously, at this point, you're already in initiative, so you wouldn't need to take that penalty on that.
But Dela doesn't know any of this, so she's just going to shoo around and send something really good.
Yes. Drink that.
Okay, thank you.
There we go. End of Alwyn's turn. We are round to Raiden. As when you were dropped to 0 hit points, you basically move before the thing that dropped you. So you're now. It's now your turn, Raiden.
I am for the first time going to drain my bonded item,
Okay.
which is the amethyst that I wear as like a brooch at the throat. And I'm going to use it to cast Lightning Bolt.
Nice. So drain bonded item. As we've not used this ability before, that lets you basically get back a spell slot, doesn't it?
More or less. It's
Spell.
just like a once a day free casting of something I've already cast on that day.
Yeah, nice. Very, very nice. So, what does this look like as Raiden pulls the energy from that necklace?
Probably with her hag claws, sort of touch them to the gemstone, and they almost seem to sort of sink into it. And as they do so, sort of that crackling purple lightning ripples down the claws, and then she throws it out.
She
towards
throws it
Nazhena.
upwards. Very nice. It's a reflex save for the lightning bolt,
Yes,
right?
it is.
Okay. That's not a great roll. Reflex save 24. I've got a feeling that's a failure.
It's a success.
Oh, damn. That's a shame. She still takes half damage regardless. So roll your lightning bolt damage.
That's good. That is 31.
31 points of damage. You blast across Nazhena with this lightning bolt. She's sort of soaring in the air, having just blasted this wave of cold across you. She's not quite quick enough to get out of the way, and you catch her centre mass, leaving her looking. She's looking. I will say, after failing that save, she's looking hurt.
And then I'm going to use my last action to just move away from the rest of the group so that we're not as easy to target in a blob area of effect.
Sure. Again, I'll kind of lay out what the map looks like for you. So if we imagine Raiden is the centre of the clock face, Dela is at your 12 o'clock, Chardonnay is at your 9 o'clock, Alwyn is kind of a bit past Dela, Nazhena is hovering up in the air to your sort of 10, 11 o'clock. The other side of the clock face is basically free space, but it is covered in ice. So you tell me how far you want to move.
I will move the full 30, obviously halved, in a diagonal away from Nazhena.
A diagonal away from Nazhena, okay, so 5, 10, 15. So basically kind of heading back towards the entrance to this clearing properly. But yeah, regardless, you give yourself some distance between yourself and the rest of the group.
That is me.
That's Raiden done, okay. End of Raiden's turn. We are on to Nazhena. See, she sees you break away from the rest of the group, what's she going to do? What is she going to do? Okay. She sees you break away from the rest of the group, Ryden, and with kind of a cold half smirk, you hear her whisper, "It's okay, my dear. We'll get to you in just a moment." First, however, she looks down in your direction, Alwyn. You see her her eyes seem to flare with some manner of arcane energy, and you feel a presence trying to press itself inside your mind. I'd like you to make a will save, please, Alwyn.
Okay, as a reaction, I would like to use Divine Grace.
Sure, that gives you the +2 bonus, doesn't it? And just a reminder, that does not stack with Witch Warden because they're the same bonus type.
Okay, so... Okay, that's 26 plus the 2 from Divine Grace gives me a total of 28.
Oh, that is unfortunate, Alwyn. Even with your bonus there, that is still just a failure. As you feel that this alien presence sort of press itself into your mind. It dulls your senses very, very slightly. You find your movements are sluggish, and you're struggling to focus. You are currently stunned 1. Basically, that means you lose 1 action on your next turn. Okay. Then watch as.
I mean, I've hasted, so that just brings me back down to normal amount of action. So that could have been a lot worse.
That could have been a lot worse. But it's put you back on the level playing field, little field, as it were. Sorry, she's got a lot of things on her list. I'm trying to decide what she's going to do.
Is surrender on there?
Sadly, surrender is a 5-action activity. She can't even
again.
even with the haste, she can't do that this turn. What else is she going to do? Okay, that's what she's going to do. Where some of that electricity is dancing across her body still from where lightning just blasted her with the lightning bolt, you see she catches a little bit of it between her fingers, lets it dance for a second, and then shoots it out towards Alwyn and towards Dela. Reflex saves from both of you, please. She casts Electric Arc.
I like that one.
Well, that was almost a 20, but it was not a 20. Reflex, Dela gets 28.
28, very nice.
24 for Alwyn with Witch Warden.
And 24 for Alwyn with Witch Warden. So both of those are failures, but not critical failures. I'll be very glad to know.
That's something.
That is something. I'm going to roll these on Roll20 because I fucking hate D4s. Just the worst.
Or if you stop.
They just are in general. They're just the worst dice. Like trying to pick them up and try to roll them is just the most stressful thing in this game, I swear. So as this little zap of electricity leaps across the two of you, Alwyn and Dela each take 15 points of electricity damage. That is going to end her turn, though, which brings us on to Dela.
Okay, what am I going to do? She's still in the air.
She is, yes.
How far away from me is she currently?
She's not moved, so she is 30 feet in the air.
Okay. Can I reduce that anyhow? Can I get underneath her? No.
So getting underneath her won't really affect
Okay,
that distance.
That's fine.
Just because I don't really want to spend my time doing Pythagoras.
Yeah.
As a general rule of thumb, when you're encountering sort of flying creatures, if you're within range within one vertex, you're within range with all of them. If that makes sense.
Right. And with my dagger throwing, I've got written 10 foot. So does that mean I suffer more of a penalty at 30 foot, or can I not do it?
No, you absolutely can do it. So you can throw that dagger. You can throw that dagger up to 10 feet without a penalty. For every 10 feet over that first 10, you take a -2 penalty. So you could throw it 30 feet, but it'll be with a -4. -4. That's correct.
Okay. And did we decide pulling a dagger from my neck? Was that a free action?
I think we decided that's a free action. I may be wrong, but
and how many free actions can you do per turn?
I mean, it's kind of limited by how many actions you can do anyway. So.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, it is a single action to grab them.
Okay. Right. So first action is I will nick the potion that I should have in my hand.
Yep.
From Alwyn. So that gives me a little bonus to fortitude saves and some other penalties.
Absolutely does.
I did totally write that down.
-2 to will.
Minus 2 to will, but some to fortitude. 1 to fortitude.
Yeah,
2 to fortitude.
Temporary hit points as well.
Yeah. So
That's
as Dela drinks this mutagen, you see her already, quite, as we've established, quite toned athletic body. Those muscles become more wiry and slightly thicker, as basically Dela becomes a little bit of a unit in front of us, and she seems to glow with a supernatural just glow of health. However, you do notice as she drinks this, her eyes become just a tiny bit less focused than they were.
I like the idea that Dela's super hench now.
Yeah, I do as well.
Quite amusing to me. Right. So it's gonna be these. Right. Second. Well, for a free action, I can draw a dagger from my neck, and then for my second action, I lob it at Nazhena with a -4 penalty. I mean, that's not bad. That is a 25.
25 with the penalty.
Yes.
25 with the penalty. Oh, do you know what? That would have hit her if she wasn't so far away. You get a really good throw. But being a dagger, they're not super aerodynamic. She easily sees it coming and just kind of dodges to one side as it streaks past her and vanishes into nothing.
Okay. For my third action, I will draw another dagger from my neck.
Yeah, perfect. So grab the dagger, got that ready to go for next time.
And gesture rudely at Nazhena, because I dislike her.
Alright,
end of Dela's turn, we're round to Alwyn.
Okay, first thing Alwyn's going to do, he's going to drop his rapier. He's going to go to his bandolier with a view to performing battle medicine on himself. Realise, actually, no, if this fucks up, he's in serious trouble, because I don't think any of his colleagues can heal him. So he's going to use his focus point to do lay on hands on himself.
Very, very nice. 24 back?
18.
18. Oh, it's 6 base, isn't it? I thought it was 8 for some reason.
I also get +2 status bonus to AC.
Very nice.
So, second action is going to get his grappling hook out of his backpack. And with a call of "Get ready to strike her!" He's going to throw the grappling hook at Nazhena with a view to trying to hook it onto her so he can drag her down.
Alright, I like it. Make an athletics roll, please, Alwyn.
Ooh, 19 on the die for 28.
28 athletics check against her fortitude DC. Her fortitude DC is 25. You hook the grapple hook onto her. So what I will say, that's not going to immediately pull her to the ground by itself.
Nope.
But you certainly you have her grabbed with this thing wrapped around her.
Excellent.
This grapple kind of sinks into this icy carapace she's got across her body.
So with 3 actions, being hasted but also being stunned, that's my go. I lose the stunned condition as well?
Yes, you do. Basically, stun reduces your... you reduce your actions by the stun condition, and then you reduce the stun condition by the same amount, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Perfect. So that stuns you for that. Okay. So I got many tabs open. Yeah, so that's Alwyn's turn. We're back round to Raiden.
How far away is Nazhena from me right now?
From you right now, she is... she's 30 feet away from you.
Okay. With all 3 of my actions, I am going to cast Horizon Thundersphere.
Okay, talk to me about this spell.
I create a concentrated ball of electricity in my hand that rumbles like very, very distant thunder. It's a ranged spell attack. On a successful hit, I deal electricity damage.
Okay, and because you're casting it with 3 actions, it deals half damage if you miss.
And it has a range of 60 feet, just in case. So...
Very nice. With Horizon Thunder Sphere, obviously you're casting it with 3 actions. If you wanted to, Raiden, you could actually prevent yourself from finishing the spell right now, and instead finish it next turn instead, which would basically make it more powerful, turn it into a big AoE.
I am going to cast it now with the idea that I've seen Alwyn through this grapple, and I don't want to risk hurting my allies if she comes down to the ground. So I am going to cast it now.
Sure thing.
It's evil after all.
Oh, which D20 do I want to use?
The good one.
Natural 20!
Excellent. What's the total?
That is a 32 to hit.
32. That would be a hit normally. That means that is a critical hit, Raiden.
Is it a critical a crit card as well?
It will be a crit card.
Make it disappear!
On a critical success with this spell, the target takes double damage and is dazzled for a round.
Okay, so that's going to prevent her from seeing things.
I chose the right dice!
Alright.
This is good, this is good.
So roll the damage for me, Asta. 3d6 electricity, and then double it.
26.
26 damage. Nasty as you strike her. Yeah, you strike her with the lightning bolt. You follow up with this spear. Again, strikes her sense of mass as she writhes and shudders against this effect. You see, she's kind of closing her eyes, trying to keep the lightning out of her eyes. Curse you, you little witch!
That's the nicest thing you've said to me so far.
All right, that was all 3 actions, wasn't it, Ryan?
Was.
Oh yes, we wanted some crit cards, didn't we? Thank you, Amy. Asa, your choice with these crit cards. Would you like Call of the Wild or Light Blast?
What do we think, guys?
Your call.
Call of the Wild.
Call of the Wild. Okay, I can tell you as you summon this crit card, this magic. If she were an animal, a beast, or a fey creature, this would have dealt triple damage to her. Instead, the spell just affects her as normal. No additional effect there, I'm afraid.
That was still amazing.
That was pretty good. And we are, in fact, now around to her turn. You can see she's kind of trying. She's still got electricity crackling around her face a little bit. She's trying to keep it away from her eyes, but she is indeed dazzled by that effect. You see, as it gets to the start of her turn, she kind of grits her teeth, spits this curse in your direction, Ryden, and you hear her start to laugh. Ugh, no matter. Looks like I'll have to deal with you sooner than anticipated. And as she cackles in this way, Alwyn, you feel that presence try to force itself back into your mind once more. Make another will save, please.
Reaction Divine Grace again.
All right.
Oh, and do you know what? It hovered over 20 and then just rolled off to a 2. I'm going to use my hero.
All right.
That's betterer. So 16 on the die for 29. It's going to be 31 total.
39. 31. That is a success, Alwyn. You are unaffected by that spell this round. So, now we have this going on.
She's wasted a spell.
Possibly. For her first action on her turn, she doesn't like being held in place by this grappling hook, so she's going to try and break free. What's your athletics DC, Alwyn?
19.
Athletics or unarmed attack. 19's her your thing. Okay. With a 34, she is easily able. It does take her some time. Obviously, this does waste an action for her, but she does sort of manage to grab hold of this grappling hook, pulls it free from the ice covering her body, and drops it to the ground. As she does so, you see she actually drops down by 5 feet as part of the escape condition. As she pulls herself free from the grappling hook, you see she's weaving some manner of magic with this sickle in her hands, and you watch a second later as she vanishes from sight. And that will end her turn, bringing us round to Dela Thornbury.
You know what this calls for? Don't have to go Buffy again. Can I see if I can see her or detect a presence in some kind of manner?
You can certainly try. That's going to be a okay, let's have that's going to be a perception roll for Dela.
Which is -1 at the moment because of the mutagen.
It's -2 because of the mutagen.
Okay, that's alright. So that is 28 with the minus.
28 with the minus. You're scanning the sky. You're looking carefully for her, Dela. But there's something about this potion that you've just drank is clouding your mind a little bit. You see no sign of Nazhena.
Okay, in that case then, I'm going to throw the dagger that's in my hand at where she was when I last saw her.
Alright, roll an attack for me.
So, that is 31.
31. The dagger streaks up into the sky and vanishes in a puff of smoke.
Rude. That is 1, 2 actions. Wait. Did I drink the potion?
Yes, you did.
I
You drank
did
that
this
last turn.
Last turn. What have I done? I've just thrown the dagger, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. For my
it was an action to try and find her, so you got one action left.
Oh, yeah, okay, perfect. In that case, for my last action, is to pull another dagger from my neck.
Mm-hmm.
Ready. Waiting. End my turn.
Ready, waiting, and your turn. Alwyn.
Okay, Alwyn's going to drop the grappling hook because she got out of that a bit too easily. So first action, he's going to pick up his rapier.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is the dancing hook?
So from where you currently are Alwyn, 5, 10, 15 feet in a straight line will get you to this kind of bone picket fence that surrounds the outside. From there, it is another 10 feet from the fence to the wall of the hut itself. As a reminder, the hut appears to be manacled in place by this giant spike of dark iron.
Okay. Going in as much of a straight line as I can. Want to head towards the hut.
Yep, so one action will get you to this fence.
My movement is 25, so won't that take 2 if it's 15 feet away?
Yes, you're correct. It'd be two actions to get yourself to the fence.
Right, that's that. Oh, and I've got one more action. Can I mean, is the fence kind of... Do I have to climb over it to get to the other side, or...?
I mean, it's not that much. The fence is more. It seems to be denoting a boundary of some kind, and actually, as you look at the length of the chain, you estimate that the hut itself would probably not be able to go further than this fence whilst it's walking around.
Okay, Alwyn wants to get the other side of the fence.
Sure.
Will that take an action?
Yes, it will take an action, but this fence is low enough that it won't. Like, there's no check involved. You just basically have to. You run to the fence, you hop over it, and you land with a thud on the ground. As you land with a thud on the ground, Alwyn, you watch this hut, which has been pacing restlessly, kind of scratching at the ground with its clawed chicken feet. It seems to notice you and turns in your direction as you see this hut tower above you with a beak on one side, turning almost quizzically to face you.
Oh, we were told about this. It'll only let someone near if they're like an ally or something. That's how I'm remembering it. I know the description was slightly different, but yes, I'd forgotten about that. Well, that's reminded me. Okay, well that's Alwyn's full go.
Is that 4? That was 3, was it not?
Picking up the rapier.
Yeah.
2 to move to the fence, 1 to get over it.
I forgot you got your ring.
Yeah. Don't leave home without it.
There we go.
That's Alwyn.
That's Alwyn. Alwyn's turn's done. It is Ryden.
I would like to activate my innate detect magic, ignoring that I'm familiar of on my allies.
Sure thing. Okay. So That's right. There is a thing for how detect magic interacts with illusion magic. Okay, with your detect magic active, Raiden, I'm going to say make a perception roll.
20.
Actually, what level are you now? You're level 6, aren't you? Which means your detect magic is heightened to level 3?
Yes.
Okay, that is very interesting. Because as you cast... Yeah, as you cast your detect magic, Raiden, you sense the presence of an illusory veil, about literally almost right in front of your face.
That took 2 actions. I'm gonna try and jab my claws in its face.
All right. Roll an attack for me.
Oh, that's good. That is a 29.
29 to hit. Okay. Although you know roughly where she is still concealed owing to the invisibility. Roll a d20 for me.
19.
19. Yeah, you get this strike off. 29 on the attack roll. Yes. 29 is a hit, Raiden. Roll damage.
4.
4 points. Very, very nice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you hear just, from the individual in front of you, you hear a shout of surprise, Raiden, as though she wasn't expecting you to be able to find her. But I think
Yes,
that's
it
your
is.
turn done. Alright, okay. We are back round to Nazhena's turn. Kind of as you catch her with this attack, Raiden. You hear this yelp of pain from Nazhena's direction. It's followed by the sound of scraping as you hear. Basically, you hear her touch down on the ice as she dives towards you. And just as you finish catching her with this attack, actually no, before that happens, once again she will cackle. So you hear her laughing as you hit her. Alwyn, make another will save.
Again, reaction, Divine Grace.
Uh-huh.
Total of 32.
That is another success. Again, you are unaffected by that magic. Here, I thought Alwyn would be the easiest target for that, but never mind.
His will's actually not that bad.
You just fair enough. But nevertheless, as she cackles, there is a screeching of her boots scraping on the ice as she touches down, and then you see a second later, Raiden, as you feel her hand wraps itself around your face as she comes into view, and as she appears before you, Raiden, you can see there is just this contempt and this disdain in her eyes, and as she grabs hold of you, she just says, "My, powerful and pretty. We can't have that now, can we?" And you watch as her fingers surge with black energy. You feel magic course into your body. Raiden, you suffer the worst pain you've ever felt in your life. It's like your body is trying to tear itself apart, like the muscles are trying to tear themselves off the bones, like your organs are trying to implode. Make a wait, is that an attack roll? It's an attack roll. Apologies. So that is a... dirty 30 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits, okay. It's a dice to roll.
So it was nice being part of the podcast, guys.
It's fine, it'll be fine. Maybe.
Ryden, you take 35 points of negative damage. No, sorry, 35 points of slashing damage as your body feels like it's trying to tear itself
I am
apart.
back on the floor.
Okay. So she appearing out of nowhere. Dela and Alwyn, you see Nazhena materialise in front of Ryden, grabs her basically by the throat. This black energy racks across Ryden's body as you hear her scream, and then she goes limp in Nazhena's hand, and Nazhena just lets her crumple to the ground. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh boy! Tales from the 20 Side is a Fegal Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Alexander Nakarada and editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and Discord by searching Tales from the 20 Side, or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
Cliffhanger ending.
I could have gone a touch longer. I could have gone one more combat round, but actually, looking at the time we were on and looking at that moment, that's the perfect time. Perfect time.
I get the feeling that I pissed her off.
Yeah,
Not sure how. I was just sitting there chilling, just throwing magic willy-nilly.
Yeah. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, shooting some lightning. There we go.
Oh boy.
Out the wicked fool. Yeah, well, Alwyn, his wisdom's pretty high. It's his intelligence that's
low. Yeah.
So does that
he's
mean
quite wise.
That what's the adage that wisdom is knowing that like tomatoes are fruit, but knowledge is it goes in a salad or something? What is that?
So the common way of explaining your kind of TTRPG stats using tomatoes. So strength is how hard you can throw a tomato. Dexterity is how well you can dodge a tomato. Constitution is how well you can handle eating a bad tomato. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing that a tomato does not go in a fruit salad. And charisma is the ability to sell someone a tomato-based fruit salad.
I like that. That's cool.
I like it. I always like the Frankenstein one for the difference between intelligence and wisdom. Intelligence is knowing that Frankenstein was not the monster. Wisdom is knowing that Frankenstein was the monster.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Any more of these adages before we...
I think I've run out of adages.
Me too.
I'm not very intelligent either.
My brain's melting a bit. I think it'd be good to take a little breaky there.